Hello everyone, it's Kelly and a warm welcome back to my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed and liked and you appreciate the content, I would greatly appreciate that you do so. And today I'm going to be sharing with everyone some channeled insights from Ashtar Sheran. If you're not familiar with Ashtar, I've worked with him for many years now, over a decade easily, in various ways. And this transmission is a channeled transmission, and hopefully it inspires you, might validate some of your own thoughts, and perhaps answer some questions. So he began by saying that there is no one on your planet that has not been created equally when we mention my cosmic home or realm. God, significator, infinite creator, created all on your planet as divinely as the next. Some souls have cycled through the heaven-earth plane so very much that they have lost their cosmic roots, you might say. These souls often experience what we call stellar homesickness. What that may mean in an earthly life is a feeling mainly of not belonging, not fitting in, of not being totally present. This is a wave of star-seeded implants which will not be present in future generations of souls. Some of the highest vibrating children and young adults on your planet have had no reincarnations. They have not cycled through heaven and earth. They have cycled instead through the cosmic stargates of infinity. I suppose by now for some of you I may need to step into explaining more about stargates, awakened star seeds, implants, second wave Pleiadians, and the like. I will do this now. Perhaps it is useful to introduce myself. I am Ashtar, the galactic commander who oversees the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th dimensions. I have many helpers like you have friends on Earth to help me. They are like family to me. I have brothers and sisters, as some of you do on Earth. Yet, unlike your brothers and sisters, mine are intergalactic. What does this mean? It means that I have nuclear cells in my body, not static cells. What does this mean? It means that I can dissolve myself. I can transport myself. I and my family can and do and will continue to make ourselves nuclear to provide the widest, most loving net of universal cosmic frequency ever known. I am here with love. I and my family, many of you I call my family, are also on Earth to spread love. Everyone will be nuclear in their cellular genome structure within 15 years of this transmission. Many of the crystalline children are already magnified in this way. Many of you light workers already know how to upgrade DNA light bodies. That would include myself. So that you are helping those right here and right now, rather than waiting for the passage of time for this. Many of you have found great joy in energetically helping others ascend. Ascension is a word which simply means to go back home. Home is where pure love is. It is a place, a feeling, a knowing, a vibration, a thought, all rolled into one. I'm not saying to you, dear friends, if you are listening to my words, that you do not have happy homes on Earth. I'm offering insight into what I've been asked, to enlighten for some, for others to simply validate what you've known all along, that certain things in your world were covered up, didn't feel right, and this soul knowing is what I'm speaking to now. Perhaps some of you have heard about us, me, my family. If so, we congratulate you for being awakened to your true purpose. To others who have not, yet feel there is more to life, we congratulate you. We have been making trips to your planet in light ships for thousands of years. For what purpose? To defeat darkness and raise Mother Earth and all those who inhabit her back to pure love, total oneness, to defeat those in our cosmic universes who have taken pleasure in destroying God, infinite mind's beauty and grace, for only one reason: power. We are planning to show ourselves more visibly soon. How soon depends upon our reception. We have been commanded ourselves by light being so large in their infinite knowledge and love, what we ourselves, who vibrate highly, are in awe of. In some circles they are called the Divine Council of Nine. In other circles, and at other times, they are called the Divine Council of 12. Still other times, the Council of All That Is, meaning all of the dominions, all elementals, all archangels, all ascended masters, all wise ones from the plant and animal kingdom are commanding us, including, of course, Mother Gaia herself, to once and for all destroy dark forces and all those who are guided by her. Before your minds begin thinking that I am of light, yet I speak of destroying darkness, and consider me of dark intent, let me reassure you that the way to destroy anything or anyone which carries particles of dark energy is to provide nothing but love. Yes, love. So when I say to those in my family, say, "Commander, how will we defeat the Anunnakis?" my reply is, send more light ships to spread more love. Let's move on now to what each of you can do to defeat dark forces. There are at least 16 universes, so this is a large concept, perhaps, that there are life forces and civilizations living in galaxies outside of your own. But it was in place since duality. However, galaxies do die and new ones are constantly forming. So perhaps by the time you listen to these words, another galaxy will have been born. I am aware of at least 3 new galaxies which will be born by the time 5 years have come and passed. He asks us, would you like to know their names? Ashtar says, I'm not responsible for naming the galaxies, nor am I responsible for their creation, of course. I'm simply aware through total knowing what they are. Imagine yourselves reading a newspaper, for example, and gaining information. To us, and to many of you in our light family, you come upon wisdom in the same way, telepathically. Telepathy, however, really isn't defined enough to impart to each of you this knowingness. Telepathy is still in some regions of your world seen as something outside of yourselves, when it really is yourselves. The 3 new galaxies that I have awareness of presently are Titron, that's spelled Titron, Herculon, and Sytron. I believe that would be spelled Sytron. The main point here, he says, is that galaxies die, they are born, and all future galaxies which will be created will have 0 point as their domain. What is 0 point, he asks us. 0 point is the absence of duality. What is duality? Duality, as I know it, is ego. Ego splits and ego returns. However, 0 point galaxies in the future will be perfect in their perfection. Does this mean that my Pleiadian-like galaxy, light years away from your own, is not perfect? No. He said it's a bit more complicated and yet simpler than that. In an effort to make this teaching not too scientific, let us say that 0 point is magnified energy crossing endless light years. If you can imagine new galaxies that have all the components galaxies typically have, asteroids, planets, dark holes, and so on, then these 3 galaxies exist on a higher plane. You see, my friends, infinite mind is still creating. Many of you have awakened, and many more seed pods will open and you will continue to do your light work. Do you think that if all the seed pods were planted in the garden of earth at one time, the garden would have grown? Of course not, Ashtar said. For one thing, a garden of any type needs love to grow, does it not? A garden of any type needs nurturing. So I say to you, many of the greatest developments on your planet came from other dimensions. I say to you that there are multiple land cruise missiles that took particles of dust back from our dimension to be studied and hidden by many of the most wise minds on your planet. Next, I've been asked to discuss disclosure, and I will move to that now. Ashtar said, "What is the disclosure? That we are here? That we have always been here? And that we are beings of light and love? It is presumed that most of you already are accustomed to the truth, that many highly evolved pure light beings already reside upon your planet. The crystalline children are just one such example. They have entered in your world with no DNA compromise like others, which means that they have no judgment. Judgment was placed there genetically by dark forces. But that was then, and this is now. Without judgment, how much more can a soul love? This is of huge proportions." He went on to say, if you are living and breathing and listening to these words, this is the most magnified, magnificent time in our cosmic development. Peace, love, joy. Said another way, it means that all future generations on Earth will be evolving to pure love. Many of the indigos, rainbows, diamonds, and Atlanteans are also of this type. There are literally thousands of underground or oceanographic tunnels, burrows really, where civilizations of love are presently living to help anchor love to your planet. Where do you beautiful loving creatures think hatred was born? Where do you think violence was born? It wasn't God's plan, infinite mind, source, Allah. It was born in a galaxy out of your own through implants. As my colleague Archangel Michael proclaimed years ago, with the official planetary cycle of Mother Earth complete on 12/21/2012, no future beings on Earth will have the lower frequency to support any new implants. It makes no loving sense to list those in your earthly history who have had implants. Next, I've been asked to comment on chemtrails. They are a form of mind control. Your planet has been under attack for a very long time, and soon those who have controlled your financial sector, causing its ruination, those who continue to manipulate to their ego advantage the resources of Mother Earth, like coal, gas, and oil, will be unable to do so. These are well-known facts to some. Disclosure is like describing love. To be clear with each of you, there isn't one disclosure. There are multiple layers of disclosure, just like the tapestry of love may have many layers. So besides seeing more evidence of our presence through light ships, crop circles, and wind velocity, disclosure will also take the form of those known as the Illuminati. To lose their power, control, sabotaging effects will weaken and then will totally dissolve. So much has been hidden from you. He goes on to say, what is disclosure? To me, it means loving truth. For some who choose to reside in fear, they may feel lost for a while as these revelations come forth. We honor all. No matter where you are on your soul journey, love is here to stay. Now for the really important part. When you witness places in your world where violence is used as a weapon, where harsh words are used as a weapon, where hatred and acts of hatred are used as a weapon, extend love and kindness. It's that simple. Even if that means including yourselves, because there are still pockets of darkness at work. Give yourselves time to digest this. Only 3 years ago, as I know it, there existed 50 times more the violence, 50 times more the hatred, 50 times more the ego and the manipulation than what is present today. With your help, this will be corrected immediately. Awakened starseeds on your planet now number in the millions. Congratulations for stepping up and doing the important work you yourselves chose to do on a soul level. We love you eternally from the bottoms of our toes. He says, yes, I have a physical body, to the tops of our heads. Commander Ashtar, Fleet Commander of the Galactic Forces.